Hi everybody, it's Chris Byberg, the Director of the National House of Prayer, coming to you today from Ottawa. Well, last week we spoke to you about building a war chest in prayer in anticipation of two provincial elections coming up this year and a possible federal. I'm not saying that's going to happen. It's actually, the federal election is scheduled for October of 2025, but you just never know. We should be out and getting ahead of these things. So what exactly do we put in a war chest? If we were talking about an electoral campaign, the war chest would consist of raising money, having cash, so for signs and advertising and all that other stuff. You need volunteers, copious amounts of volunteers, lots of volunteers, probably about 200 if you're going to run a successful campaign. You're going to need a platform, ideas and planks and what you're all about. Those are the things that they build and want to put in a war chest. But for us, building a war chest in prayer, it's going to look a little bit differently. Of course, the main thing we're going to put in is prayer. But what else? How much prayer? An awful lot of prayer. 1 Timothy 2 talks about pray all kinds of prayers, especially for leaders and those in authority. All kinds. Supplications, thanksgivings, intercessions. Every kind of prayer, we're going to put it in that war chest. What else do we put in the war chest? This morning in our prayer life, in our prayer on Zoom, a Tuesday morning call, we were focusing on the holiness of the Lord, the bigness of the Lord, the beauty of the Lord. And we were drawn to the book of Revelation where the 24 elders are casting their crowns. That's one of the things we put in our war chest. We cast our crowns, we lay them before Him. We put it in the war chest. Of course, adoration, worship. One thing I asked, and that I would seek to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord and to dwell in His house forever. That's what David said. Those are the things that we put in our war chest. Prayer, adoration, casting our crowns, so that we would have these rivers. I liken the war chest actually to be like harp and bowl. We read this in Revelation. Those prayers of the saints that are in the bowls. We got a bowl right up here that is reflective of that. Those bowls fill up with prayers, and then when they get full, they tip. And this is what we want to see. We want to keep our prayer, our war chest, our prayer bowls full to the point of tipping. The Apostle Paul talks about being filled with the Holy Spirit, but being filled with the Holy Spirit. We want that for our war chest as well. Being filled war chest, so that it overflows and it flows into areas, those broken areas, those barren areas, those dry areas. This past week at church, Annie Elliott was speaking on Isaiah 53 about, behold, I'm doing a new thing, that He will bring streams in the desert. And that's what we want to fill. We want to fill up our war chest, our prayer bowls, so that they flow out to become streams in the desert, so that those prayer streams will flow into Parliament Hill, into the desert of Parliament Hill. Will flow, and maybe we have deserts in our family, will flow into those, bringing life to those places, to those dry and barren places, maybe in our neighborhood, maybe in our local church. We want those kinds of things. So this is what we put. We put prayer. We put all kinds of prayer. We put worship and adoration. We cast our crowns down. We have an undivided heart focused on Him, so that the bowls will fill and then tip and bring streams in the desert. My name is Chris Byberg. I'm the Director of the National House of Prayer, and we will see you next time. Bye for now.